October trail for
Bush Babble Special Edition Summer 2023 Final Harvest.
we got a big old pear tree in the forest that we got to get some pears that are no lower than 12 feet off the ground. Probably the tree is probably 20-25 feet tall, so there's no way we're going to get the ones at the top. But here we go. With an objective today of harvesting some pears from that lovely pear tree up on the hill. I got a few here several days ago when we came from the trail the other way, as well as a few apples, and the apples were so-so. Quite a few of them were actually buggy, so I had to throw them out. But the pears that I got, I think I only got 3 that day because I couldn't reach them. Just fabulous. And just slightly underripe. And seeing as we're on this trail maybe once a week, this may be the last opportunity to get some and have them transportable without them mushing up in the bag in the trip on the way home, because ripe pears are soft and they bruise super easily. So I've got my mini saw and knife kit with me. We are going to keep a lookout for another harvesting tool where I can reach up high, something like a stick like that, with a hook on it. We're a little far away right now, I have to carry it that whole way, so. So that's our secondary objective. Primary objective is, of course, the dogs to get in a good run, have some fun, enjoy the beautiful morning that we're having here. And we'll catch you back shortly. A few minutes in here. Our way through these thickets. I don't know if the video does this justice. These things gotta be 8 feet tall, thick. Lots of morning dew. This trail, I've actually never seen anybody on this section of the trail. Not once. I wouldn't be surprised if this section of the trail is maintained just by wildlife traversing it. I mean, that being said, I do recall in the area up here, where we're just going to make a right into the forest, I have seen footprints, maybe my own. I would have recognized that though. So others have used it, not at the same time I have. Be careful with this camera in those wet conditions there, because it doesn't have a lens protector cover on it. Oh, moose just dashed in there after something. Any water gets in this would potentially hit the electronics. My pants are soaked. But that's okay. That is okay. I remember one time we did this trail in the winter after a snowstorm. And that oh boy, I recall that distinctly. The snow was up to my knees. And it was an untouched trail. That section that we just passed back there, from the main trail up to here, was so hard to get through. I lifted my knees almost to my chest on every step. The dogs are having a hard time too. They're doing that jump, jump, jump on every move. I mean, this area was heavy too, but it wasn't quite as bad as over there. Anyhow, we're going to make our way through this section. It hooks up in about 15-20 minutes with the main trail, and we'll be back then. Just got out my handy dandy little saw here. Got a nice long stick. The only thing it doesn't have is a hook at the end to hook the pears down. So the length of it is good and it looks strong, so I'll keep this handy and maybe come across something a little better. Okay, so there's the stick that we had cut off, and I just came across this one here. It's actually a seedling small tree. You see that it was out of the ground already, and it's got this root system on the top of it. Make good hooks for the pears. I'm just going to cut off all these branches as I'm walking here, and this looks like it's got a lot of potential. Right, Moose? Right, Moose? Yeah. Where's your brother? This is where the trail, that deep dark trail in there, hooks up with the main trail right here. There. Checking out the bottom of that tree there. Something living in that dead tree, I imagine. Okay, let's go. I'm going down the trail here, and they're just going parallel to me through the forest. Alrighty, so we're hanging a left here. The dogs know that already. Main trail that way, leave a tag, and our sub trail. See you in a bit. Alrighty, so we're coming up on the big old pear tree. We're just working our way. Took a little while to get across the top of the mini mountain there. A lot of distractions for the pups, chipmunks and whatnot. far so good. Okay, so I'll try and get those pears that are up high on this tree. There's the tree right there. And there's some like way up there that just I'm not going to really get, but I think this stick is about 8 feet long. And I'm going to need 2 hands to do this. So a little bit of lack of foresight on my part there, but not too sure how I'm going to try and do this. So let me cut this, see if I can get the camera set up here somewhere. Ooh, look at that big fat spider right there. See him? It's the kind that are making the spider webs I've been running into on the trail the whole time. Okay, back in a minute. I think we'll just try this here. Maybe nothing. Maybe something. What I'm trying to do is get to these pears that are up high and catch them on the way down, so as not to damage. No, that's why I let them hit the ground and get damaged. Check if this is recording. He's going to be like that little hook right there coming out to be effective. Double pronged hook. Dandy there. These ones are upper limit of extension of this, a little bit beyond. I'm missing most of these on the way down, but at least they're hitting my hand and breaking the fall so I don't get down for the hard. One right there is me. Remember, there's quite a few over on the other side there too. Over there. Let's cut this. Right. Yeah, from there and there. I got one nice one there and it went rolling down that hill. Did you bring it back, Moose? Moose? He might have brought it back. Super. In my pocket. That's cool. This one's really right. Must be wormy, but So I guess the grass or something turned the camera off, but I'm just getting some from there. And they're very ripe. Those up there. I can do this one-handed. But then if I don't catch them, they bounce and go down that hill. I'm not going down there to get them. Moose brought one back, but by the time he got it, it was all chewed up. Oh, it's a little tricky with one hand. These ones are at the extent of the tool. Those prongs are supposed to go around the top of the pear. Okay, I'm going to get these one way or the other. Looks like I gotta use two hands. Yeah, that's better. So my tool, I'm not gonna be needing it the rest of this trip. I'm gonna put my tool right in there. In the event when I do come back, something is salvageable, and let's collect up the bounty. Oh, okay. But anyway, there's the bag o' pears. I started counting them, but then I stopped. I think there's at least, there's over 20 in there anyway. This one I just took out. I'm going to eat that one because it's got this big gash in it from hitting the ground. So there she goes. I'd call that reasonably successful. Boys are anxious to move on here. Any recent falls I can add to my stash. Okay, so on we go. I'm going to shoulder this, and about 10-15 minutes away is our pit stop. I got snacks for the boys, and guess what? I got some snacks for me too. I'll see you in a minute. Well, 10 minutes. I was looking for shade. Here we are at our pit stop with my Babble pears. Stopped and picked up a few more of those small ones on the way back. They're not nearly as tasty as the larger ones though. Treat? Oh good, he took a treat. He's not dying of thirst yet. Oh, pear, oh, that's the one I'm supposed to eat. I already had one on the way here. Sit down here for a minute. Dug what I need for my feet there. Got enough, three for each of you. That's Milo already had his 3. Now that extra bit from my pocket. That's it, guys. All gone. Moose might eat a bit of pear. Look at that. So nice out here. You want a bit of pear? You try pear? No. No pear for Milo. I am interested. I don't know what that's going to do to your digestive system, Moose, so. Although, you seem pretty hardy about that. There you go. Hold on. Well, we're going to head up that way. Back up there. Back to the quarry. I don't know if we come across that area right there or further down, but I'll look back and see if I can identify this area if we're going through there. So off we go. Here we are, just going through the old quarry. And I'm just getting this on camera because when we were up at the rest stop a moment ago, I thought I saw the area where we came through. I think, oh, this bag is heavy on my shoulder. I brought my freaking backpack. There's way more than 20 pears in here, I'll tell you. Oh, they got into their mud pit over there. I think the area that I was seeing from the rest stop is right there. That would mean that the valley would be over there somewhere. Yeah, I think that's it right there. A little hard to tell. Yeah, that's it. That's it. See right there, that's the valley that we were at. We were right there. It's our rest stop. So we're going through the quarry here. And dog's having fun going through there. Go back in a bit. On the trail back, I catch a little doggy water action here. Attaboy. Out through those weeds. Okay, so we're just coming up to the end of today's adventure. Successful pear harvest. Weighing me down to the point where I can actually feel it in my legs. I think Moose is getting a little, surprisingly, he stopped for a few times to lay down. And stopped and waited, he was up ahead, came up and he was just laying in the grass. So, I mean, these guys have been hustling for 2 hours on 3 milk bones and creek water. So I anticipate there'll be a little nap in this afternoon. Maybe Milo's still trucking it through there. That guy just goes and goes and goes. So we're gonna wrap it up here on this
Special edition Bush Babble final summer harvest. The last weekend of summer 2023.
We will see you again next time. Oh, there you go. Ouch.